Hi there, welcome back to Wolfie's Den. It's been raining here in South Wales for about 5 days non-stop now. Can't wait to win that lottery and get out of this bloody country. Well, there we are. So what we're going to do now, we're having a quick look at my latest pickups from CEX, eBay, purchases from HMV as well, etc. And then we're going to move on to a new series I'm going to start with my A to Z of my Blu-rays. Not these are DVDs. Might get round to them sometime or other. All depends. It's going to take a while, I think, anyway. So, without so much of ado, we're going to move on, and these are my purchases in the last few weeks. So first up is Wood Chipper Massacre. This looks like it's a very low budget horror film. It's on the retro 80s horror collection. It says here Brady Bunch meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, not too sure about it, but picked it up for a few quid. We'll see what it's like. There must be quite a few problems in America, I think, with all these massacres going on. We've got this one here, Wood Chipper. We've obviously had Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Microwave Massacre. Pretty more I can think of off the top of my head. So many massacres in America. But there we go. Anyway, so that's Wood Chipper Massacre. Maybe John at Mondo Televic Movies can have an explanation about this one. Right. Next up on Arrow, we have Thief, a Michael Mann film. It's his first film before he made Film Hunter. Before he made Manhunter. It's got James Caan in it. So restored high 1080p with a 5:1 DTS HD master. Haven't watched this one yet. I've heard fairly good things about it, so looking forward to watching that one. Next we have a couple of shameless editions. We have Delamonte Delamore, or The Cemetery Man. By Michael Suavi. Sure I'm not pronouncing these names right. So these probably fall along the lines of these giallo murder horror Italian efforts. I did see this one has come out on 4K, but it was I had to import it from America, and it was about £45–50 or something, somewhere along those lines. So I thought I'd make do with the shameless edition from HMV. It's got some good extras in it, interviews, etc. So we'll give that one a reversible sleeve on it as well. Also picked up Torso by Sergio Martino, close. This one apparently has been uniquely rebuilt by Shameless. There's a couple of interviews in here. It's called Carnal Violence apparently in it, so I think we know what that's going to be like. So another Shameless. That's quite good. Now we have a Lucio Fulci film, Nightmare Concert. First of all, I didn't really recognise this, but apparently it does have another name. I think it's a Cat in the Brain, or Cat in the Brain. I think it's another title for it. This is a German media book, so all the information in here is obviously in German. So It's a limited edition of 999. I've got number 315 apparently. But it's got a DTS HD on it, Dolby Digital, 1080p. So it's got some nice glossy booklet inside with photos and everything. Etc. DVD and a Blu Ray in here. There we go. That's Nightmare Concert or Cat in the Brain. I haven't seen many of these giallos actually, so might have a bit of catching up to do. Now we've got a couple of 4Ks. We have the latest Arrow release of a low budget horror film from the 80s. We have Basket Case on 4K. This looks like a nice release. It's got reversible artwork, posters, pamphlets, booklets, etc, etc. Not much on the back. Still haven't opened this one yet. So it's Basket Case, a little weird film I must admit, if I remember rightly. This one, I've been looking for this one for ages. It's a 4K Ultra HD. It's been released in America for quite a while, but I couldn't afford it. It's the usual 45, 50 quid sort of thing. But luckily I found it on Film Treasures. It's a nice little good site for rare films you can't get hold of. It's on Ignite Films, and this is the original 1950s version of Invaders from Mars. This is a sci-fi classic, if nobody's ever seen it. Good atmospheric sci-fi. There's quite a lot of extras on this. Brand new 4K restoration, interviews, featurettes, 20-page booklet, galleries. I think I paid £26 for it on Film Treasures, so a bit better than paying £45 from America. But I'm looking forward to watching this again. Invaders from Mars. Right, this one, oh, there's a little box set. It's a DVD box set, and it's done quite nicely. This is a box set of Prime Suspect with Helen Mirren, and this is done in like a file, police file. You pull it out, and there you have all the films in there, apart from number 3, which has lost its inlay apparently. But really nice little set if you like Prime Suspect with Helen Mirren. Most people like Helen Mirren. Nothing much else to show. It's already plain, and the box just the front of it there, as you can see. Not bad for a tenner. So they're all my pickups recently. So what we're going to move on to now is the beginning of my Blu Ray collection so far. So obviously we're going to start with the Letter A. So first film is Abattoir. These are hopefully going to be in alphabetical order. As you can see, this one's still sealed, so I couldn't have been in a rush to watch it. This is from the director of Saw 2, 3 and 4. So it looks like a bloody horror. Strong bloody violence apparently it says on here. So anyway, that's the first one up. Abattoir. I'm not going to spend too much time on these films, hopefully. Second one up is The ABCs of Death. I've actually watched this, not this one obviously because it's still sealed yet again. 26 different directors, 26 ways to die. Some top directors in this. Can't think off the top of my head how many other who they are. There are some top horror directors in this, and some really good little short films in this. So this is the ABC of Death. Next up, a nice little slipcase, we have Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Another film not to take too seriously, I think. Oh, it says Tim Burton Presents. Oh, so they're not. Oh, it's not. He's actually his film, but he presents it apparently. So, next we have a classic war film. Richard Attenborough's A Bridge Too Far. This is a brilliant war film. It's about the British and American soldiers during World War II trying to take all the bridges in Holland that the Germans are still holding, and they need to take these bridges so they can get the supplies across through and into Germany. Outstanding cast in this. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I think Edward Fox, Sean Connery, all the big movie stars of the 80s. I say 80s, it might be 70s actually. But yeah, that's Bridge Too Far. Great watch. Probably need 3 hours to watch that, but it's a good film. Can be a bit drawn out in places, but nice film. Next up we have a Gore Verbinski film, A Cure for Wellness. I'm trying to think. Yes, I have seen this film, and it is another quite weird film from the director of The Ring, psychological thriller. Bit of a weird watch, I think, if I remember. Next we have a Brad Pitt film, Ad Astra. Multi-screen edition, whatever that means. When it's at home. Deleted scenes. Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones in it as well, so it can't be too bad. Next we have one that's been a bit battered by the looks of it. That's a steelbook. It's Will Smith and Jaden Smith in After Earth. Don't think this got very good reviews, if I remember rightly. This one's remastered in 4K. So it's not a 4K, but it's remastered in 4K. So plenty of extras. So let's see if we can look at the steelbook. No, stuck in there. I've got to pull it out for a moment because it's going to tear even more. But that's After Earth. And we have Schwarzenegger film, Aftermath. I think I've watched this. It's the trouble when you've got so many films. Apparently inspired by real events. Not sure. Don't have a pinch of salt. This is one of the best performances of his career. Well, we shall see. Aftermath. Next up, 2-disc special edition of Alexander Revisited, the final cut. I think this has been out on various editions. with various running times. Running time on this one, I'm assuming, is quite long, as it's the final cut, supposedly. 213 minutes, so we're not far short of 4 hours. Yeah, you got to put aside a bit of time to watch this one. So that's Alexander, the final cut. Next up, Johnny Depp in Alice in Wonderland. Nice cover on that one. Johnny Depp, Alice in Wonderland. Oh, well, we have a 2-movie pack of Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator 2 Requiem. Don't have to say much about these. I think everybody knows what they are. Not the greatest in the Alien series, but they're a bit of fun, worth a watch. Next up, in the Italian collection, we have Alien 2 on Earth. Not sure why this is called Alien 2. Nothing to do with the Alien films whatsoever. Let's have a look at this one, it says. High definition restoration. Interview with Eli Roth, director of The Green Inferno. So, I'm not sure if it has anything to do with this or not. Sorry, I was just reading the back of the cover there. Alien 2 on Earth. Not sure about that one. A classic sort of sci-fi police film, I would imagine. It's Alien Nation with James Caan, Terence Stamp and Mandy Patinkin. Good film, this. Alien Nation. Good story, this, about aliens that have come to Earth and have decided to live with humans. Now they mix together. Alien Nation. Next we have Allegiant, part of the Divergent series. I think I've got most of these. But they're all spread out because they've all got different titles. Next up we have All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Nice little horror film. Now we got All the Money in the World with Christopher Plummer, Mark Wahlberg. It's a Ridley Scott film. I'm trying not to say too much about the films because there's quite a few here. I don't want to make the video go on for too long. Next one up is Altitude. Fear is in the Air. Don't recognise any of this cast in that one. There's one we all probably know. This is The Amazing Spider-Man 2-disc edition. I must admit, I do get a bit confused with The Amazing Spider-Man and the Spider-Man films. Talking of which, and now we have The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Before anyone says anything, I know I should be taking these out of their sealed cases. It gets a bit confusing sometimes. Some people say, "Oh, keep them sealed. You never know they're going to be worth anything." Blah 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 blah. And then obviously I should take them out to check them to make sure the discs are okay. I probably will get around to these films sometime. Next up we have Bradley Cooper, Sienna Miller, Clint Eastwood film, American Sniper. This is a good film. American Sniper. Oh, another steelbook. This is American Werewolf in London. A steelbook. Yeah. This one open maybe. Yeah. Not a lot to see inside really. A steelbook. Don't need to say anything about that film. Probably the best werewolf film, but another classic from late 70s. The Amityville Horror. This is a steelbook as well. What is that? A steelbook. This is the reason why I didn't buy the latest 4K version of this. This is good enough for me. A nice steelbook. Great film, good film. Whether it's true or not, you have to make your own mind up. Following on from that, we have Amityville 2, The Possession, and Amityville 3. The follow-up, Possession, isn't too bad actually. It's a bit, it's a little bit sort of kinky in the middle, where his brother and sister sort of get it on in the film. Well, you have to watch it to see. Amityville 3 3D. 3, but I think originally it was in 3D when it came out of the cinema. Yeah, the old red and blue glasses. But not bad follow-ups. I think after 3 I wouldn't bother with the rest if I were you. Next up, A Monster Calls. Must admit I haven't watched this, so I haven't a clue. Sigourney Weaver, Liam Neeson. Oh, there's a few people in there. Don't know anything about it. Sorry, but you may ask sometimes, if I don't know anything about it, why have I got it? Some of these I picked up. Some of these films I did pick up in job lots, things like that. So it's, you know, I decide then what to keep and not. Right. This one is A Most Violent Year. What have we got in this? I don't know. I don't recognise any big stars in it. Yet another I need to watch. Now we have another horror film. Amusement. Directed by John Simpson. No, doesn't ring any bells. His pleasure is your pain. Oh. There you go then. Amusement. I was late to these comedies. This is Anchorman 2, 2-disc Blu-ray, including alternate version. It's a nice slip cover with a bit of embossing on it. You can see that. I haven't watched Anchorman, the original, but I found this one to be funnier, in my opinion. That's Anchorman 2. Oh, another steelbook here. We have a German edition of the Andromeda strain. You read that, most of it's in German. Any German friends out there? This is 1970s, I think, 1970s sci-fi. That's the Andromeda strain. Oh, next up, oh well, we appear to have another Blu-ray of the Andromeda strain yet again. This is a standard Blu-ray. Next up we have our classic comedy from the 80s. John Belushi's National Lampoon's Animal House. I have actually got the 4K of this in a boutique box set. I still didn't know I had this on the shelf. Really funny comedy. Remember seeing this back in the day in the cinema. Oh, next we have some of the Annabelle series. We have, oh, what have we got? We got Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, and Annabelle Comes Home. Don't need to say too much about these. Most people know about these from the Conjuring universe. So that's them. Annabelle's, if you like scary dolls. Video Nasty from the days. This is a remastered special edition of Anthropophagus, the Beast, I think it was called. This is coming out on 4K Blu-ray very soon, I think. I think it's up for pre-order. This is a Joe Diamante film. But a couple of nasty scenes in this. I say, interested to see what the 4K version looks like. Here we have a bit of a cult type Blu-ray. Anvil, the story of Anvil. They're a Canadian heavy metal band from the 70s and 80s. Basically never really made it big, but they just toured and lost money basically. It's an interesting documentary on how they just survived even though they weren't making any money. But if you like your heavy metal, heavy rock like I do, it's a good documentary to watch on how not to make it. Next up, Ron Howard film, Apollo 13. All-star car in this. All-star cast. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise, Ed Harris. Great film. Next we've got, I'm not sure what we got. We've got a film with Edward Woodward in called The Appointment. Still got its HMV sticker on there. Yes, Edward Woodward in a, I think the last time I saw Edward Woodward was probably in The Wicker Man. This is a BFI. Is it BFI? Yeah, BFI, British Film Institutes. So that's The Appointment. We had Apollo 13, now we've got Apollo 18. Apparently there's a reason we've never gone back to the moon. This is Apollo 18. Horror. Well, horror sci-fi. Next we have a Western, a Palooza. Quite a big cast of this as well. Viggo Mortensen, Ed Harris, Renée Zellweger, Jeremy Irons. Action Western. Next, I think I picked this up at CEX recently. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the second one. Not rated very well. I didn't fancy spending £29 on the 4K. This was in CEX for a comparatively cheap price. Still got the Dolby Atmos on it as well, so we'll stick with that. Next up, Emily Blunt in A Quiet Place. Another good horror film. Now we have The A-Team Explosive Extended Edition. Film remake of the television series. I'm trying to think what's in this. It's like a window edition. Oh, it's a card. Like a card and the Blu-ray. Double Blu-ray. Quite heavy. Next we have Samuel L. Jackson. Must be one of his earlier films. Arena. There's no greater battle than the battle for your life. Another bit of classic comedy, the 80s. Oh, no, not from the 80s, this is the remake. Why have I got this? I don't even like Russell Brand. It's Arthur. I thought this was the Dudley Moore one. I must have picked up the wrong one. So this is the remake with Russell Brand in. And Helen Mirren. Don't mind Helen Mirren, but Russell Brand's a twat. I don't know why I've got that, but never mind. Picked up the wrong one. Now next we have a remake, or double remake of A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Good songs in this film. Good performances. Star Is Born. Next we have Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman in Australia. Don't worry, not long to go now. Next up, a film we don't really need to talk about. This is the 3-disc collector's edition of James Cameron's Avatar. And one of the last ones now is Away Days. This is a football hooligan type film along the lines of Football Factory. So that's the last of the single Blu Rays in A. Just a couple of so-called boutique ones here. We have Arrow's boutique box set of American Werewolf in London. You can see booklets and everything in there. Limited edition. Yeah. And we have Anaconda quadrilogy. I can't even say that. Anaconda 4-disc box set. There we go. It's easier. Anaconda. All the films in there. Nice. Oh, couple more. We have Apocalypse Now. 3-disc collectors. More booklets and etc. Nice little set. I've actually got the 4K of this as well. Double dipped a bit on this one. This is a nice one. This is a German media book of Assault on Precinct 13. Very nice, this one. Oh, some booklets in there. 3-disc set. Nice booklet in there as well. Pictures there. German again, so I think I've got to start learning German. Oh, and last we have is it Arrow? I don't know if it's Arrow or not. Oh, Second Sight. Oh, lost it. Asylum. 4 or 5 short tales in this. Good stars. There's Peter Cushing's in this. Some audio commentaries and inside the Fear Factory featurette. Asylum. So, that's the last of the A's. So, I think this has gone on a bit too long. It's gone on over half an hour. This, so call it a day there, and probably come back in a couple of days' time when we do Blu Rays B. So, thank you for watching. If you like some of the stuff here you see, please subscribe, leave a notification, comment, etc., etc. And I'll see you again soon. Cheers.